Pro-Ject have released a new speaker line. The Speakerbox 3E, Speakerbox 5E, Speakerbox 3E Carbon, and the Speakerbox 5E Carbon. I have the 3E Carbons here. It's not often I can show you a pair of speakers in a box, in one hand, in the same frame. I knew they were going to be small, but I didn't think they were going to be this small. I'm quite happy about it, to be fair. I'm going to take these out, I'm going to put them on some stands, I'm going to put them on my desk, I'm going to have a listen to them, I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm Carl, it's a studio in car with a studio hi-fi video. Let's go. We're going to need a sub, I reckon. We'll see, I suppose. I was telling you earlier about them being that small inside, you know, in that box, and me not usually unwrapping things that, or being able to manhandle things in front of the camera. They're even smaller out of the box, obviously, but I wasn't expecting them to be quite this small. I mean, I've seen the numbers, I've seen the measurements, but you know, you can't, I don't know, sort of visualize it. Bless it, look at the size of it. That's my hand, and I'm not a big guy, you know. Yeah, rear-ported single wire binding posts. I had to be careful when I was plugging them in because I thought that they may, you know, the cables we use might pull them off the stands because they're quite big, but they haven't budged an inch. I mean, they're 1.69 kilos, not the heaviest speaker. Well built. Like, they're solid. The fit and finish is that of most other speakers we've got in here. You know, £10,000 speakers, £1,500 speakers. Like, it is. The fit and finish is nice. It feels quite raw and quite natural. There's no premium for the 3E Carbon in walnut. There is for the 5E Carbon. It's about £50 more. The prices start for the standard 3E is £199. And the standard 5E is £299. The 3E Carbon is also £299, and the 5E Carbon in its sort of painted finishes is £449, and in its walnut finish it's £499. So I'll put them up on the screen now because they can be a little bit confusing. Look at these, I can't stop looking at them, they're so cool. I got these for my desk. I got them because I use Amphi and Argon Zeros at the moment on my desk. They hardly ever get used, and they are, you know, they're a £1,000 speaker. They shouldn't really be sitting on my desk, you know. So these are a bit more fitting for that. They'll also sit better on the desk. They're half the size, and you know, and they don't cost an awful lot of money. $299 is sort of a strange end of the market for us. We don't do a lot sort of down there. I'm looking forward to hearing them and listening to them and seeing what's what. You know, I'm not going to use these as hi-fi speakers. They're always going to be a near-field speaker for me, but why not? We're here. We've got the rig set up. We may as well put them on a stand. We do have a stand here that they fit on, and believe it or not, the speaker cable is probably way more than the speakers do. Bless them. Yeah, they're being thrown in at the deep end here because we've got the new Luxman L505Z. And it's running we're streaming from an Aralic Altair G2.1, so some quite substantial kit. I'm going to plug this back in now, I'm going to go away for a bit, and then I'm going to come back in a minute and I'm going to tell you how I think they sound, at least my initial impressions. You know, the speakers are room temperature, so they've done, you know, half of their changing out of the box. We've had them in here for a little while and I've left them because I don't like taking cold speakers out of a box and listening to them. But of course they're going to be running in for a little while. I'll give you my initial impressions, and then maybe further down the line we'll do something else. Tiny little thing. This is an iPhone 11. you know, dinky. I can compare it to all sorts of stuff. It's an egg timer. I only got it because it sounds amazing when you turn it over. So, what's in the box? Come with a set of white gloves, some little pads, and then a user manual, which I can only imagine tells you to plug them in and enjoy the way they sound. Good little things these, you know. They're as with anything, when you're not really expecting that much, they kind of yeah. Well, my natural expectation would be low for a small speaker, £300, $299. Immediately turning them on, you get that space that you get from small stand mounts. There's just magic from small stand mounts. I suppose it could be any speaker really, but they just tend to disappear. They don't tend to have a front face to their sound. You know, they just sort of vanish. There's no bass from them, you know. We're talking sort of anything realistically below 100 hertz. You're not really going to get that. So if you're listening to sort of podcasts, you know, books, things like that, or you know the radio, or even music, to be fair, late at night or at your desk, they'll be absolutely fine. Backed up against the wall, you'll get some natural reinforcement from them. But if you're going to treat them as sort of hi-fi speakers and put them on stands and be serious about them, you're going to need a subwoofer, because you'll just be disappointed at the lack of bass. I'm even considering, when they go onto my desk, just putting a small subwoofer attached to the computer, just because really, you know, if I'm listening to something or if I'm editing a video and I want to hear bass response and I haven't got it from monitors, then I'm going to need that. The majority is done with headphones, but I do like to proof watch a video through speakers to see how it sounds kind of more realistic for sort of, you know, you people that might watch it and have systems attached to the TV. I know I do, and I can pick out the different recordings in videos, and yeah, alright, sometimes it winds me up. It never gets me to the point of going in the comments and complaining about it, but I you know, I do notice it. So yeah, they're cool. You know, they're not screaming £300 to me. Their tweeter sounds smooth, the mid-range sounds smooth, it's well integrated. They're very close together, the drivers, so I would expect that sort of natural integration. And they're playing really well into a, you know, what is a massive room. So yeah, I haven't put the sub with them yet. I'm probably not going to. I'm probably going to put them straight on my desk and see how I feel about them. But I'm really impressed with their finish. I'm impressed with their specs for their price. I'm impressed with everything above 100 hertz. Hi-fi guys, you're going to want to put a subwoofer with it. For me, I'll probably run them for a while without, and then I'll maybe do some sort of project when I've got some downtime and put a subwoofer underneath my desk, which I built, by the way. I'll show you it now. Specs wise, 10 to 100 watts. It's a 4 ohm driver with 85 dB sensitivity, so I would suggest you go to the thicker end of that. We're giving it 150 watts at 4 ohms from a Luxman amplifier, and they're not breaking up. You know, I'm at about 12 o'clock on the dial. Things are quite loud in here. I don't really want to push them any further because there are limitations to smaller drivers like that. But I think you'll be fine with 100 watts. I think you'll be fine. Like I say, get them close to a wall, maybe on a bookshelf or something, and get some natural loading from that rear port. That rear port's a bit of a touch on these little speakers because it will allow you to tune in a bit of bottom end that isn't actually there. And the wall will give you that reinforcement. They're on the site now, so you can go and have a look. I'll link to sort of specs and stuff below, alongside the 5E carbon, the 5E and the 3E normal in all of their different finishes. We've ordered the 5E carbon in the golden yellow, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they stand alone without a sort of subwoofer against, say, the sub £1,000 speaker category. Take it easy, guys. It's Carl from Studio In Car, the Studio Hi-Fi video.